The Cold War existing between the Anglican Communion and the Catholic Church in Anambra State has reared its ugly head again, with the prevention of the Anglicans from worshipping at Bishop Crowther Memorial Church BCM on Sunday, 30th of September. Inside Bishop Crowther Primary School, owned by the diocese on the Niger by security operatives. Bishop Crowther Memorial is located at the back of the Basilica of the Most Holy Trinity, Onitsha, belonging to the Catholic Church. It was reported that worshippers were seen standing in front of the house of the priest in charge of the church, Reverend Dr. Leonard Onwuziligbo, praying and singing praises to God, while stern-looking policemen, officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense, men of the Anambra State Vigilante, AVS, and men of Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra State, popularly known as Ocha Brigade, barricaded the entrance of the church. Speaking in an interview through the phone with ACNN News is the Archdeacon of Onitsha Archdeaconry, the Venerable Obi Ubaka, who threw more light on the challenges the church has been having with the authorities in Bishop Crowther Primary School.
It was on 22nd September, Saturday, 2018, that we got wind that the government wanted to, use that premises where we worship as an IDP camp. And that place is a school compound, St. Simon's Bishop Crowther Memorial Primary School compound. So in that compound, there are two buildings. Formerly, the whole place was Crowther Memorial Primary School. But sometime in 1980-something, another school was introduced in that place. That's the school that was introduced in that place was a school that was formerly inside Holy Trinity Cathedral, the Roman Catholic Cathedral, what they call Basilica. That primary school supposed to be bona fide school of that the Roman Catholic Church inside the Basilica. Because of their politics, they brought that school into Crowther Memorial Primary School, and that school is Ubaka Primary School. From that 1980-something, is hosting two schools now: Crowther Memorial Primary School and then Ubaka Primary School. When the issue of IDP came, this 22nd September, the headmistress of the school and the chairman of Anambra West local government area, the local government area that had a flood problem, and one other government official, the Onitsha, not local government chairman, they came and met the priest in that compound, the priest that is in charge of that compound. And then he was asking them, because the key to where we worship, the headmistress had one key and the church has another key. They came without any recourse to the church, opened the place and said the IDP will camp in that church, in that place we are worshiping. The priest asked them, okay, what of the people worshiping here, the church worshiping here? They said, okay, they can make a temporary arrangement. They can erect a temporary structure. In the spirit of solidarity with the IDP people who are challenged, we started to erect a temporary structure to accommodate the church while the IDP issue lasts. People from the Commissioner of Education, the chairman of ASUBED, Anambra State Basic Education Board, came on Monday. And then we are asking what is happening. They were told that we've been displaced from where we are worshiping and we are asked to do a temporary something. And that was what we were doing. They said, okay, that we should stop because the poles have gone up, the pipes to carry the roof. Now they said, okay, that we should stop erecting that structure, that instead we should now go back to where we were worshiping, that they should now make another arrangement for the IDP. That is the next block. That block was there when they chose where we were worshiping to camp them. So now when they saw we have started erecting something and they sensed that in fact they have two evils with them to grapple with. One is that temporary structure and the other one is relocating the IDP people. So they now decided to choose a lesser evil, that is relocating the IDP to the next block to allow us to go back to where we were worshiping. On Tuesday, the government came and then started walling the compound, the entire compound, fencing it with block fencing. On Wednesday, the church, the diocese, went and visited the IDP people in that compound with relief materials to identify with them, to show solidarity with them, to tell them and to encourage them, and then to make them feel that we are, to understand that we are one with them in their problems. We gave them materials, relief materials, and prayed for them and encouraged them to stay on. Now, that Wednesday, the fence had gone up because they started erecting fence around the compound to install a gate. Now, some time ago, we tried to put a fence around the compound. They pulled it down. Another attempt was made. They pulled it down. Now, on Sunday morning, we came for worship in that compound. They used the police and the Ocha Brigade, the Anambra State Security Agency, and the police, to stop us from going into that compound to worship. Mind you, they have asked us we should stop erecting what we are erecting, that we should go back to where we are worshiping. But on Sunday, we came for the worship. They stopped us from going into that compound. That made us to now worship on the main road. We conducted our service for last Sunday on the road. The police and the Ocha Brigade and all the security apparatus that they could were there. Now, after the Sunday service, then we built to worship again in that place. We asked the whole diocese to come, that we will observe October 1 independent celebration service in that compound. So we all came and then entered that compound and worshipped. Negotiations and talks started to take place. So that is where we are.
However, Catholic Archdiocese of Onitsha, while reacting through its Director of Social Communication, Reverend Father Martin Uko, and the Chief Press Secretary to Archbishop Valerian Okeke, Reverend Father Benjamin Ogbunuko, said the Catholic Church had no hand in any land dispute between the Anambra State government and the Anglican Church.